What's up, sports world? What up? What up? What up? It's Wednesday, world class Wednesdays on your ones and twos. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Make sure you get your drink, your snack, your plus one. Get ready for this sports show coming up. We got a lot of sports topics, a lot of things to address this week. I'm Andre the Torch Robinson here with Mr. Friday Night Lights himself, Mr. Coffee Talk himself, Marcus the Alphabets. What's going on?
What's goody, everybody? How y'all doing, man? It's nasty over here, man. Then knocked out power and flipped over trucks and all kind of stuff, man. Craziness going on, but we're here. We're gonna keep pushing forward, man. Hope everybody's doing all right this evening.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube as well. Of course, go Pat, go all day, every day. Go Pat, go. Go Pat, go. It's still that. It's still that and forever. Go Pat, go. Now, with that being said, want to start off the show by talking about, uh, you know, what a lot of people have been talking about. Tyreek Hill. What team will Tyreek Hill sign to? Obviously, you see this wannabe Wheel of Fortune wheel here. It has Green Bay on there. It has Buffalo. It has Kansas City. It has the Giants. It has the 49ers. It has the Broncos, Patriots, and Ravens. What team would most likely be most successful having the services of Tyreek Hill? Marcus the Alphabets, go right ahead and break into this.
Well, I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear this. This sounds like really bad. I don't mean to sound pessimistic. I don't believe that the Tyreek Hill, the cheetah character that he plays, I don't think we'll ever see that player again. I do not believe he's going to be. That injury that he had was so devastating, and I talked about it a bit this morning on Coffee Talk. The thing that makes Tyreek Hill special is his superhuman speed. You know, the cheetah, fastest land animal. That injury that he had, dislocated kneecap, MCL, PCL, ACL, and to find out recently that he has to have another surgery for his LCL. Okay, he's 32 years old, I believe. He was never an elite route runner. He's just generally the fastest guy on the field. And when you take that away from that was his superpower. I think when you take that away from him, I don't think will he still be fast? He'll be faster than most people. But the thing that made him special and elite and different than everybody else was his ability to put his foot in the ground and outrun everybody. Uh, he was never a great technician as far as a route runner. He just ran really fast. So I would, and he has some legal issues. People keep forgetting he got a lot of legal issues he's still dealing with. He's dealing with a divorce where he has to pay a lot of money as far as that. So I don't believe he's going to be back next year for some time because again, this LCL, another surgery. We're already February, folks. Now the season doesn't kick off until September, but I would imagine most likely he'll probably go back to KC and finish up what he started there. You know, he was an all-pro kick returner there, all-pro wide receiver. But I just think the days of the cheetah, I think they're done. I think where he would have probably the most comfort level would probably be KC.
So, KC, go ahead, keep going.
So, I mean, I know there's some other names that have been mentioned. You know, you see the slide up there with Buffalo. I don't think he would go with Buffalo. Green Bay. Green Bay has a bunch of that they want to incorporate uh, Golden Moore into there. I think they'll probably bring Romeo Dobbs squad. If not, KC, the other team that I could see him possibly going to, where he would probably if healthy, make the most noise with probably Baltimore. He's a Florida guy. Lamar Jackson's a Florida guy. They need a guy like that on their team. I don't really view Zay Flowers as a number one. Rashad Bateman, I don't really view him as a number one. I think he could go in there and probably make some noise. So I think he's going to be a little bit limited. Then you look at his contract. This is a guy who's making $3 a year. I think wherever he goes next, he's going to have to do a year, prove it, vet, incentive deal. So I don't think there's as many teams out there as people think, considering his injury situation, the off-field issue that he has.
Tyreek Hill can go to hell. Yes, I said it. You heard what I said. Tyreek Hill, if I had a destination, can go to hell. Hell. Okay, that's first.
HE hockey sticks.
That's first and foremost. He can go to hell. Big Mouth, who had a whole lot to say when he left Kansas City. I hear people in Kansas City, oh, yeah, it's time to come back. That's real nice that a lot of people, some people are most forgiving. In my world, I don't know about that. I don't know about people being so forgiving. Matter of fact, I don't even know people being so nice in general in my world. Tyreek Hill made a bunch of comments talking about how Tua was a better passer, better thrower of football, yada, 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 than Patrick Mahomes. And now, like the wet puppy dog, after you done got left out in the rain because you wanted to be out there thinking that the grass was greener, now knows that it ain't so green over there. It ain't so green over there, huh? And now people want him to come back. I don't know if Tyreek Hill himself has said he wants to come back, but I don't give a damn. Tyreek Hill can go to HE double hockey sticks for all I care. And honestly, don't put him on Green Bay because we don't want to give up no draft capital for you. We ain't trying to give up foundation for you.
Well, he's a free agent.
Oh, that's nice.
He's a free agent, so he.
Congratulations! I'm glad he's a free agent. Yeah. Good. I'm glad he's a free agent. He can stay free over there, wherever he at. Like a good neighbor, stay your ass over there. Nobody cares about Tyreek Hill, to be honest with you. You need to get those legal issues in check. That's what he really need to do. Get them legal issues in check. You are damaged goods at this point. And no offense, my team, no, we don't want you. We don't need you. We definitely don't need you. Kansas City, if they choose to do that, so be it. Buffalo, if they stupid enough to go get Tyreek Hill because they like cutting corners and like refurbish shit, then go right ahead. Go right ahead, Buffalo. Knuckle up. And
as far as
get Tyreek
as far
Hill
as
and make people think that you're in the fight by going to get him. You ain't in shit. I don't give a damn. Tyreek Hill
as far as
can go to the worst.
As far as the KC,
he could go to the New York Giants. He could go to the worst team.
As far as the KC thing, I don't think y'all need another wide receiver with legal issues. Usually, look, I don't know if y'all seen it, but Rashee Rice, his ex-girlfriend, baby mama, she's suing him. She sued him like today or yesterday. I don't think you need that type of drama. You got Mahomes coming back from a torn ACL. Like, this is going to be a very different year for the Kansas City Chiefs. I really believe that. Between this, I know that people want to get nostalgic and remember good old times, but there's a reason why you broke up with your ex. There's a reason why. So, like you said, Torch, he thought the grass is greener. He went for the money. When he left to Miami, he was the highest paid wide receiver in the game. And, he had some success over there, but he missed out on 2 more Super Bowls. He won one, that first one they got, but he missed the last 2. And again, once you lose that speed, you're a jag. And I'm not talking about a Jacksonville Jag, just a guy. I think that's what he'll be going forward.
Honestly, I'm shocked that with his lack of route running that you specified, that this guy was actually considered the best wide receiver at one point in the league. I mean, speed does kill.
The speed, it is the speed he does. That speed is he's when you're that fast. Randy Moss wasn't a great route runner, but when you run a 4.2, 4.3, that allows you to get away with a lot of stuff. But that's why you want to try to perfect your craft when you're younger. That's why a guy like Jerry Rice was able to play so late into his career. A guy like Diggs right now, he's in his 30s. Davante Adams, route running aficionados. If you're just fast, and once you lose a little bit of a step, you just become a regular guy. So it's going to be interesting to see how he comes back. It's going to be we'll be watching it, but I don't believe he'll be the same player that he was.
Dwayne Woodley, stop the cat right now. Okay, stop the cat. Jimmy, what's good? Melissa, what's up? I see you. Please stop.
What do you say? Right I didn't see his comment. What do you say?
The same goofy ass comments that people want to make when they trying to be funny, which I could care less about. I could care less. I don't care. Who's my team? Buffalo? Really? Okay. Whatever, dude. Ha, real cute. Real cute. Chuckle, chuckle. Ha ha, hee hee. Hell. That's exactly where Tyreek can go. Hell. How about that? I really honestly don't care where he goes. And honestly, the game is and might have passed him by at this point as well. Defenses don't give up those long big shots like that anymore anyway. If you watch most defenses, a lot of defenses like to play umbrella. Corner with the safety over the top, by the way. Most teams like to do that.
Cover two shit.
I don't think there's a lot of room for Tyreek Hill to be the big play, big shot player that he was in past anymore. So now, with that being said, stop the cat. Okay, that was real cute, but cute is for puppies. Now, with that being said, moving right along. Who has the best chance of going from worst to first?
Ooh.
The Jets, Browns, Titans, Raiders, Giants, Lions, Saints, Cardinals. Who said that Tyreek? Wait a minute. Stop. Hold on. Stop. Let me stop right here. Who said that Tyreek was trash? Who said that? That came out my mouth? Hey, Sports World, did anybody hear me say that Tyreek? Did anybody hear me say Tyreek was trash? I don't think so. Unless there's a ghost talking for me or something strange going on in the neighborhood and I need to call Ghostbusters. Yeah, I didn't say Tyreek was trash, but what I said is that he's limited at this point. And Marcus alluded to it as well. Once you lose speed, I mean, if you look like you're running in mud after an injury, for a guy like Tyreek Hill, that doesn't benefit Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Those big plays that make him special. Unless you want
to die on that hill, go ahead. Hold on. Unless you want to die on that hill, go right ahead and think that I said that Tyreek Hill is trash, even though that's not what I said. But go ahead. Die on that hill if you want.
I want to say it too. I'm not saying Tyreek Hill's trash. I'm just saying Father Time's undefeated. When you have a devastating injury like that, they say it's a career-threatening injury. Threatening. That doesn't mean that his career is over, but it is threatening his career because that speed, that's literally his nickname, the cheetah. So you take that speed away from him. He's not a great route runner. He's not a huge guy. You take that away from him, then we'll see what happens. Who has the best chance of going worse first? I think it's the Lions. A couple of years ago, the Lions, they weren't they in the NFC Championship a couple of years ago, a few years back. They still got a lot of the same players over there. I think injuries really hurt them the past couple of years. Losing, a couple of years ago, they lost Aiden Hutchinson. They dealt with a lot of injuries over there. Now, they're very talented. I think the thing that really hurt them, though, was the injuries and then losing both of their coordinators. But when you look at the core of their team, Gibbs and J-Mo and Sun God and Porta and Jared Goff is a pretty good quarterback. I would have to say the Lions. I don't expect them to be at the bottom of the basement. The Jets are the Jets. Giants, brand new coaching staff with Harbaugh. Browns are Browns. They could have up a bologna sandwich. Titans, and same division with the Texans. With the I don't see that. I think the Texans are cream of the crop over there. Saints. I don't think the Saints are that talented, although I did see some things that I like from Tyler Shuck. Olave has a lot of concussion issues. Kamara's older now. Defense isn't that good. Raiders, they got the number 1 pick, and then the Cardinals, they got the number 3 pick. So I would have to go with the Lions on this one.
Marcus the Alphabets. You said that whole diatribe. And you didn't pay attention to what this says. I just wanted to see if anybody would catch it. I wanted to see if anybody would catch it. Nobody caught it. It says, who has the best chance from going worse to first? Last I checked, Detroit was not worse than their division. That's number 1. So nobody caught that. So I wouldn't have picked Detroit. That's just number 1.
Oh, okay.
The worst team in the division last year was Minnesota. That's why this right here didn't even make sense. Okay. I just wanted to see who would catch it, and nobody caught it. Nobody caught it. Y'all was having a conversation on it. Marcus' diatribe was great. You heard him. He got caught. He got caught lacking. I feel like I got to pull up going.
What was the Lions record?
The Lions had a winning record last year. I think they were like 9-8, but regardless, they weren't the worst team in their division. Minnesota was.
Okay.
Minnesota was the worst team in their division.
Okay.
And I feel like I gotta pull up to you now, like Big Boy did Ant on ATL. Boy, where you been? Boy? I heard from you in a while, Ant. Ant. What's going on here? I feel like I gotta pull up to you like that. Boy, what happened?
It feels like
you got caught lacking.
It feels like the Lions just, I don't know, I guess because of everything that happened with them, it felt like I can't believe I didn't catch that. But yeah, Minnesota was terrible. But the Lions, from they were what, 8-9, 9-8, something like that. I don't know exactly what they're, but like the year before, weren't they didn't they have 14 wins? I mean, that's to fall off that hard from 14 wins to 8 or 9 wins. That's a big fall off. So I'm just saying, I could see a scenario where they jump back in the first place. I could see a scenario with that.
Well, Dwayne Willie said, "Yeah, nobody." He knew I didn't say it, but he's shouting it from the mountaintops. If you weren't a Cowgirls fan, Marcus Betts, you'd know that. Dwayne Woodley said Saints. Devon said nobody cares about the damn semantics. Devon, play in traffic, okay?
Who said a Cowgirls fan?
I need you to go play in traffic.
Who said a Cowgirl?
Please. I don't care. Okay. I don't care. Anyway, what are we doing here? All right. None of these teams have the chance to go from worst to first. I'm sorry. Maybe the Saints. You know what? I'm actually gonna go with Dwayne Woodley. Maybe the Saints. The Jets is a hell no. The Browns is a hell no. The Tennessee Titans, I mean, they got a whole new coaching staff over there, but I don't think they're gonna win no division. The Raiders, that division is too stout for me to think that the Raiders would all of a sudden just jump
Broncos,
over
Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers,
the Giants,
Broncos,
no.
Chiefs,
Philly wins 12 games a year, and unless they win 12, 13 games this year, I highly doubt the Giants are jumping over anybody. They might jump the Commanders maybe if the Commanders are horrible still, but I don't see them jumping. Obviously, we talked about Detroit. The Saints are in the easiest division in football, to be honest with you. And the Cardinals is a hell no. The Cardinals is a hell no to the no. That division is way too tough for me to ever see Arizona all of a sudden jump San Francisco, the Rams, and the Super Bowl champ Seahawks. No. We'll go with the Saints on this one. I'll go with the Saints. Tyler Shuck. Yeah, Tyler. I'll go with Tyler on this one. That division is Perry's ice cream. I just don't. Nope. No. All right. This one was kind of interesting, so I felt like bringing this up. Let's have a conversation on linebackers. Real quick. Just a fun scenario conversation of Ray Lewis versus
crazy
London Fletcher. He said what? If the Saints get Jeremiah Love, they're going to go from worst to first.
Ooh.
Tyler Shucks finished the year relatively strong this year. Still sucks, though. Philly won how many games this year?
They won a division.
There. Okay, so let's just go ahead and for the sake of fun, let's go ahead and look real quick because
it's tough though, man. But we did see this year some teams that came back last year. Look at New England. Going from I think they were 4-13.
No. Marcus. Let's okay. So let's have fun with this because again, I feel like we're playing friends with words. I literally said that the Philadelphia Eagles averaged 12 wins per season.
The past few years.
Okay, they won 11 last year.
Past few
and
years.
That would still mean that they would have to win at least 12 games or more. How many wins did Philly have?
Yeah, Philly. I think 13. I want to say 12, 13 games.
Okay.
When they won the Super Bowl, it was like 12, 13 games.
I mean, I must be living in a twilight zone or something.
I'm no.
I don't know. I don't. Devon, I told you, you can chew glass right now. I don't care, sir. I don't know what you're saying, and kind of don't care. Anyway, London Fletcher, Ray Lewis.
Look, man, it's sometimes you have to put those stats next to each other. I mean, everybody's gonna. I don't think there's anybody out there that watched both of these guys play, say that would say London Fletcher was a better linebacker. It's kind of when you put the numbers and you put them, next side by side with each other, they are comparable. But I think you also have to look at just like your impact on the game, your leadership. I think Ray Lewis. This is my opinion. I'm not a Ravens fan. Ray Lewis is one of the greatest leaders I've ever seen on a football field. The way he was able to get everybody together, playing in the middle of that defense, those great Ravens defense, 2000 Ravens, 2012 Ravens, him and Ed Reed and some of those guys he played with, Big Ted, was it Ted Washington and Tony Aragusa, just some of the guys he played with and bringing those guys together. He was the central, he was a central figure in that, the coming onto the field, the dance that he would do, just hyping up the crowd. London Fletcher was just your lunch pail guy. Came to work every day, did hard work, the nasty work. And I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves, but everybody would take Ray Lewis. But I think eventually London Fletcher gets in. I think that the reason they put this up here like that is for the London Fletcher not in the Hall of Fame. So there's a lot of people out there that are arguing, well, what the hell is Ray Lewis a first ballot Hall of Famer and London Fletcher's not? So it's a perception. It's a perception. Does London Fletcher have any Super Bowls? I think you got a message up on there. Didn't he win something with the Rams? I think he won with the Rams, I think. But a lot of times it's just the narrative. I think London Fletcher does eventually get in. If he's not in, I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame yet. But when you put their stats next to each other, they are very comparable.
London
I wonder
Fletcher
they didn't put all pros up here too. I wonder how many.
London Fletcher.
I'd like to know how many all pros.
Yeah, London Fletcher wasn't never gonna get no all pros though. London Fletcher played with the Bills. Let's start there first and foremost. He was really solid with Buffalo. He was a better linebacker than most people give him credit for.
Like I said, he wasn't a flashy guy, but he just wasn't that flashy. When you look at Ray Lewis was also like a showman. Again, the what that crazy dance he do coming onto the field. But let me see. I'm looking here at London Fletcher. He had 2 second team All Pros, 4-time Pro Bowler. You can't Pro Bowl, and this is back when Pro Bowls were like really relevant. Tackles leader 1 year. I mean, he really individual awards. He was a champion. Who did he win a championship with? St. Louis. He was on the 2001 Rams. So he did win the greatest show on turf. Those Kurt Warner Rams team. He was on that. So he is a champion. Ray Lewis got 2 championships. He's got 1. So it's just kind of. I think he'll eventually get in. He's not in the Hall of Fame. I'm looking right here. He's not in the Hall of Fame. So I think that's where this whole argument comes. But to be an Iron Man like that, 0 games missed. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty major. So
Yeah, I think Ray Lewis was a 1 of 1 at his position.
yeah, he'll go down as one of the
Now,
great
I don't know if
and
you
a
could say
leader
GOAT
too.
at his
Like
position. I don't know if you could say GOAT at his position.
where do
Because
we
I
have
feel
Ray
like you
Lewis as
can't
far as
have
all-time
I can't I
linebacker?
feel like you can't have too many GOATs at the position. I hear people saying that a lot, like GOATs. How many GOATs you gonna have at a position? Like you can't have 10 GOATs at linebacker. But I feel
No,
like Ray
man. I'm
Lewis
looking at
wasn't
Ray
one of
Lewis and say seven-time first team All Pro. 7
them. Yeah,
times.
yeah,
To Fletcher, to London Fletcher, 0.
exactly. I told you London Fletcher was
Seven
never getting
first
that.
team. Yeah. First team All Pro. 3 times second team All Pro. Tackles leader. 3 times tackles leader. 3 times NFL combined tackles leader. NFL 2000 All Decade team. NFL 100 anniversary all time team. So, I mean, when you look at that there, that's kind of. Oh, and he was a Super Bowl MVP. So yeah, great Super Bowl MVP. So yeah.
Speaking of all pros, Michael Vick was ranked 52nd out of the top 100 quarterbacks of all time. He was ranked 52nd. What's our conversation about this? How do you feel about this? I know we talked about Michael Vick last week. There was a heated discussion about quarterbacks.
I think that there's a lot of people that still hold animosity towards him with the whole dog fighting thing. I think people will always carry that with them. They won't come out and say it, but that's their stance on it. I thought that the thing that limits him also 0 Super Bowls, going to prison during his prime. That was his own doing, but that kind of hurts him. And look, how many quarterbacks have we had? If you're top, look, I think we have to look at being top 50 all time as far as quarterback. I can name to you 10 quarterbacks right now who are better than Michael Vick. 10, just right off top of my head. When you think about how long people have been playing quarterback and playing in the NFL, if I told you Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, just that's just 3, like right here. John Elway. There's a lot of guys out there. And then again, he doesn't have any Super Bowl championships. And then when you look at his skill set, you look at some of the guys who came before him, a Randall Cunningham who came before him, Fran Tarkenton who came before him. I love Michael Vick. I'm just saying that, the dogfighting thing, people will hold that over him until the end of time. There are some people that will never let that go. They just will never let it go. So, I mean, I think that's where that comes in at.
Yeah, people who don't have the same energy won't let that go. People who have biased and integrity issues won't let that go. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so we're saying
about what
if we're saying that bias is okay. So we just said, okay, hang on now. That you got to think about what you just said. Now we just said go. That we just said Ray Lewis. There are some people that say he's a GOAT linebacker.
So who was the harder hitting safe?
Who had more drama? Who had more trouble than Ray Lewis was facing murder charges. Okay, let's not forget that.
You're
A lot of people
making
they forget about
my
that.
point. You're making my point for me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
You're making my point for me.
Okay. Okay.
I have no bias. Hold on. I have no respecter of persons as it pertains to Ray Lewis or Michael Vick. I clearly and specifically want to keep it what they did on the field. All the personal stuff is personal shit. People pick and choose when they want to use personal against someone. They do it all the time. They pick and choose when they want to use personal. But what they did on the field is one thing. And then people want to say, oh, well, because he did this in his personal life, let's charge this to the game. Well, if you don't charge it to the game for everybody, then don't charge it to the game for one person. This is what I don't like. I don't like people who don't have the same energy. I hate people who can't keep the same energy across the board. It pisses me off. I don't care if it's sports or whatever the case may be. It annoys me. Okay? If you're not judging Ray Lewis, then don't judge Michael Vick. If you're not judging Ray Lewis,
but Ray Lewis Ray Lewis was a better player. He was a better player than Michael Vick.
Huh?
Ray Lewis was a better linebacker than Michael Vick was a quarterback.
Correct. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Hey, listen, I'm fine with that. Again, I told you, Ray Lewis is a 1-of-1 at the linebacker position. Is Michael Vick a 1-of-1 at the quarterback position? Watch out now. Hold on now. Is Michael Vick a 1-of-1 at the quarterback position? Wait a minute. And make sure, because you started this conversation with saying, now, if you say that, but I don't think that you really, I don't know if you thought that I meant something else that I didn't mean, but I'm going to ask that question and represent it to everybody that's watching.
Well, you say,
is Michael Vick a 1-of-1 at the quarterback position?
No.
No?
It's not.
So Michael Vick, wait a minute, time out. So Michael Vick is not a 1-of-1 at the quarterback position, yet he revolutionized the quarterback position from a different aspect.
Because I see again. Okay, I'm a little bit older than you, so I watched Randall Cunningham. I'm saying, like, when you look at time before Michael Vick, the guy that was that type of.
Hold on, wait a minute though. Wait a minute. Whoa. Before you use the age, before you use the age thing, I watched Randall Cunningham.
Yes.
I watched him.
Okay.
I watched Randall Cunningham.
Okay.
I watched Warren Moon. I mean, let's be clear, okay?
We're talking about
when I say revolutionize. Hold on. No. Okay. See, because there were people who hit 3-pointers at a great rate before Stephen Curry. But Stephen Curry revolutionized the game. Okay, this is the same argument I'm going to use for Michael Vick. Okay, Michael Vick revolutionized that. Now you might have, just like Allen Iverson might have had the crossover, but Tim Hardaway had the UTEP two-step, which you should know because you always use it, right? Don't get hit with the UTEP two-step. Don't let nobody crush you over. This guy, right? This guy, this one over here. Yes, he.
There was not with the thing I'm saying is there were dual threat. There were dual. You know who really revolutionized? Who was the first guy who was running the. When you get a nickname,
world renowned?
Okay.
Hold on. No. Yes. Watch this. Hold on.
I got a name for you. I got a name for you.
Did they revolutionize the dual threat quarterback? Because I'm just going to tell you, a world renowned. Because I hear people say, I heard people saying Michael Vick. I know people literally that would purchase Madden games just so they can play with Michael Vick. I ain't hear that about Randall Cunningham. I ain't hear that about Warren Moon. We talking about revolutionizing, bringing attention to. Go ahead. Give me a name.
Okay. Well, then you ain't never watched. Did you ever play super technical because Randall Cunningham was a pain in the ass. Now, this was before Madden. Tecmo Bowl. Back in the, did you want to?
I have every Tecmo Bowl here. I have every Tecmo Bowl game here.
So you know.
Yes.
You know
yeah.
how Randall Cunningham was on Tecmo Bowl. Okay. So
again, Michael Vick.
I got two names for you. We're talking about revolutionizing the dual threat quarterback. I got two names for you. Guys that came way before Michael Vick. Fran Tarkenton.
I know about Fran Tarkenton.
And Roger the Dodger. Roger the Dodger.
Nobody, hold on, watch this.
Roger the Dodger.
Hold on, watch this. You ready? You ready for this? Ready for this?
Yes.
Nobody was saying, I want to be Roger the Dodger. Nobody was saying, I want to be like Roger.
Do you know what his nickname was?
Nobody was saying.
There really were. They really were.
Not like Michael Vick. Not like Michael Vick.
Nickname was? You know what his nickname? You want to know what his nickname was?
What was his nickname? I missed
Captain America. Captain America.
Captain America.
That was Roger the Dodger. How do you get
real original?
Roger the Dodger. Roger the Dodger.
I get you. Roger the Dodger. 70s, real original.
That's what I'm just saying.
I tell you, Captain America, real original.
Well,
and guess what? I guess he was shielded. Hold on, watch this. I guess he was shielded from that fame. No.
Well, no.
He must have been real shielded from that fame.
He
Nobody. I don't hear people. I never heard nobody say, I want to be Roger the Dodger. And Frank Tarkenton, about Frank Tarkenton.
In the 1970s, you got to look at eras too.
Okay, yeah, eras. I get it. And again,
eras.
I bet you they weren't. Listen, Michael Vick was in the era before social media was really even popping, and people wanted to be Michael Vick. Okay, you could say eras
in the early 2000s. He got drafted in the early 2000s. That's exactly when the social media popped off.
Social media didn't really pop off until 2010. I know you're not talking about old ass MySpace. Wait a minute. I know you ain't talking about old ass. I know you ain't talking about old ass MySpace.
Yeah. Black Planet.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Black Planet. Come on.
Social media didn't get popular and prevalent until like 2010s.
Okay.
I was 17. I was 18
to remember.
in 2001.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you in the late? What? Okay. Just as a comparison, Torch. Bruce Jenner, aka Caitlyn Jenner, in the late 70s and early 80s, was on the cover of Wheeze boxes. Okay, as a decathlon. Of course, this is before social media and stuff like that. Bruce Jenner, aka Caitlyn Jenner, in the late 70s was like a manly man. So when you look at eras, I'm just telling you, like everybody wanted to be like Bruce Jenner. Everybody wanted to be like Bruce Jenner. Randall Cunningham, when I was a kid coming up, Randall Cunningham running around, he was on the cover of. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. The name of the magazine was titled Sports Illustrated, The Weapon. The Weapon. That's what they called Cunningham, the weapon, just the weapon. He was a weapon offensively. So again, when you look at eras and stuff like that, Randall Cunningham was Michael Vick before Michael Vick. Just like Michael Vick was Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson. That's just what it is. But we did see guys like that. Yes, he did a lot of great things. He was the first black quarterback to be drafted #1 overall. One of the first guys that had his own signature cleat. So, you look at stuff like that, but there were other guys before him that came along that kind of set the way for him, Donovan McNabb and guys like that.
I totally understand.
It looks like somebody wants to jump in.
Listen, Devon Stanfield was in here and Ron was in here, so I let them both in.
Okay.
Here's what I'm gonna say. You can set the wave, and that's fine and dandy. I mean, Reggie Miller and them set the wave for 3-point shooting Ray Allen set the rate for 3-point shooting, but that don't mean that they more world renowned at revolutionizing that like Stephen Curry. That's all I'm saying. I get what you're saying. I'm not against that. I know who Randall Cunningham is. I know who Randall Scrambling Cunningham was.
If Randall Cunningham played today, you have to understand. A lot of this stuff was before social media, before the internet, and things like that. But to say, well, this guy wasn't like that, he was like that before. Can you imagine Michael Jordan playing now in today's game? Again. He was like that before, like in the 80s and 90s. So if you take him out of that and you put him in the 2020 now,
I get you. I get you. You said eras matter. I'm not taking away from Randall Cunningham. Don't even tell the general public that I'm doing that, because that is not. I'm not saying that. Don't even do that. I don't even want it in y'all mind.
I'm not saying that.
As long as that's not what you're saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying Michael Vick revolutionized it. Ron, what up? You Atlanta guy.
What's up? Marcus taught me this a long time ago. Marcus Betts taught me this. Who you play with matter too. If Ray Lewis did not have Suggs and all of them, would he be the Ray Lewis that we know now?
He didn't get Suggs until later on. He didn't get Suggs until later on in his career. He didn't get Suggs until later on in his career. So that's kind of like.
But what I'm trying to say, he was on the two. Right. He had help. That's what I'm saying. He had everybody did their job. We did not have that in Atlanta. Coaching matter. You also taught me that. Who was his coach?
Brian Billick.
Okay.
Brian Billick, all-world coach.
Where Brian Billick come from? Minnesota. Right? Okay. So we had Dan Reed. So, what I'm saying, you always say coaching matter and who you play with. If Ray Lewis did not play with those guys.
Did Dan Reeves did he take the Broncos to the Super Bowl before he went to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Go like this. He did. He was the coach of John Elway. Yeah. So Dan Reeves was a better Cobra. Brian Billick was okay. Let's look at Brian Billick was a nobody. Okay, Brian Billick inherited a very good Ravens team. Brian Billick was a nobody. He was a nobody. Rest in peace to him. We don't sit up here and mock the dead, but Brian Billick, he wasn't all that. Ray Lewis was a badass even when he was at Miami. He was a first-round pick. He dropped in the draft because of the murder charges. So back to Michael Vick. Michael Vick. Michael Vick's issue coming into the league was he relied strictly. We just talked about Tyreek Hill. Michael Vick relied solely on his athleticism. In today's game, you can't. He didn't study. He didn't become the quarterback that he really could have after he came back from prison.
Right.
Same thing with Randall Cunningham.
When he went to Philly, he became the quarterback we should have had in Atlanta. Can we say that?
Yeah. He even said that he didn't really study like that. So
he did not study in Atlanta. He said that. His head coach asked him told him if I would have put a blank check in one of those discs you had, will you have opened up that disc? He said, no. I'm with you on that. But also, I went you who you play with matter.
Definitely.
All right, interesting enough.
Your mic is
Let's
off,
move
man.
on. No, it's on. Interesting enough.
Okay.
We're gonna move on. I'm gonna show a video real quick to the next topic I want to get into. We compare linebackers. We're gonna compare safeties right now. This video right here, I want you guys to watch, and then we'll talk.
So who was the harder hitting safety? Cam Chancellor, aka Bam Bam Cam, Brian Dawkins, aka Weapon X. Who you got? So who was the harder hitting safety? Cam Chancellor, aka Bam Bam Cam, Brian Dawkins, aka Weapon X. Who you got?
All right. I don't know where he went, where Marcus went, but Marcus should be back very shortly. And so should Ron. And I don't know where the professional went, but hopefully they'll be back shortly. Cam Chancellor, played on one of the greatest defenses of all time in the Legion of Boom. That man could hit. They call him the Legion of Boom for a reason. Cam Chancellor, I remember when he knocked Earl Thomas one time, his own teammate, trying to lay a hit on somebody, and he ended up accidentally hitting Earl Thomas. That was crazy. I mean, all of them on Seattle back then from the Legion of Boom. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks, by the way, Super Bowl champs now. Could hit. I mean, they had stingy defense. Their defense was like no fly zone. They didn't give up much of anything. Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, those guys. I mean, they were stacked. Even their second and third corners was pretty good. Thank you, by the way, new subscriber, by the way, on YouTube. Appreciate you. Was stacked. But the Philadelphia Eagles, we talk about one of ones. Brian Dawkins you might consider Brian Dawkins a one of one. I will always and forever remember the Alge Crumpler hit that Brian Dawkins put on him. And to Alge's credit, he actually caught the ball, kept the ball in his hands, surprisingly. But the hit sounded like, it sounded like somebody taking a brick and just dropping it on an apartment floor, not on outside, but an apartment floor. Like Brian Dawkins, if he hit you, you knew he was there. Like you knew. That's tough. I mean, that's very tough. And when you watch these hits, I mean, this is when football was real football and it was clean. Like just these hits are wild. Some of them. Boom. There's the Alge Crumpler hit. Look at this. I mean, this is when grown men play football. Look at this hit right there by Cam Chancellor. Just oof. I'll say Brian Dawkins was probably the harder hitter. I don't know because I didn't play football, and no thanks. 1, 2, 3, not it. I don't want to be hit by any of them. Okay. Neither one of them do I want to be hit by whatsoever. So 1, 2, 3, definitely not it whatsoever. I'm not trying to get hit by Brian Dawkins or Cam Chancellor for that matter. And I don't know what happened with them. What up, Will? Lamar, what's good? I'm trying to see what. Wait a minute. What the F is going on here? Never thought I'd see this. See what? What up, Ace? Let bygones be bygones. I see y'all. What up? Yeah, man. Yep. Absolutely. It's called maturity. That's why we let bygones be bygones. All right. With that being said, moving on. All right. I'm going to move on. I don't know what happened to Marcus and them. Hopefully Marcus and them will be back. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Speaking of the Seattle Seahawks, as you see, the estate for Paul G. Allen today announced that it has commenced a formal sale process for the Seattle Seahawks franchise, consistent with Allen's directive to eventually sell his sports holdings and direct all estate proceeds to philanthropy. Philanthropy. The estate has selected investment bank Allen and Company and law firm Latham and Watkins to lead the sale process, which estimates to continue through the 2026 offseason. NFL owners must then ratify a final purchase agreement. So, looks like the Seattle Seahawks are selling the team. I haven't heard too much news on who wants to buy the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, we could look into that later on, but I haven't, sometimes you let things be and you move on. So yes, maturity. Some people love drama and seeing drama and keeping drama going and yada yadas. Some people like to be more mature and move on and see the bigger picture with that. So yes, I'm surprised. I mean, what are we? Then I gotta ask, what are we surprised about? What are we surprised about exactly? Me and Ron being on the show together? Because if that's what y'all surprised about, I mean, Ron, we've been doing shows for like months now.
Right.
We've been doing shows together for months now, so I don't know. Okay, I guess.
But give me Brian Dawkins.
Yeah, Brian Dawkins.
Talking about the best. When he hit my tight end, after that, my tight end was never the same, Andre. Never the same.
Oh, I know, Algie Crumpler. I was just telling them.
Yeah, he was never the same after that hit. Never. Every time somebody comes close to him on the football field, he had nightmares after that hit. In my opinion.
Okay, landing spots for Kyler Murray. Somebody said the Minnesota Vikings. I agree with the Minnesota Vikings.
They said Minnesota, Atlanta. I don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want them. Yeah. Whatsoever. I feel keep it a buck with you. I don't want him. That said the Jets. And I think they said Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. And to be honest, I could see Pittsburgh making him a better quarterback because who they head coach is. Now, who Pittsburgh head coach is right now. And every quarterback he had, what Aaron Rodgers, that I think were up for the MVP that year, if I'm not mistaken. So I could see him going to Pittsburgh.
What the heck? What is the alphabet? Please bring your behind on the show, back on the show. I don't know where you went, but sir, did you say that Terrell Suggs played with Ray Lewis at the end of his career? Did I hear that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hit me like a lightning bolt. Terrell Suggs played with Ray Lewis for 10 seasons.
Yeah. So Marcus Betts already told me it matters who you play with. That matters.
Kyler Murray. Landing spots for Kyler Murray. New York Jets.
That might well keep Justin Fields. That might well keep Justin Fields. Man.
Send him to the Jets. Again, Kyler Murray is another one that I just feel like he could go to hell too.
That might well keep Justin Fields. Then is that the case, Andre?
Yeah, he can go to hell too. I don't understand. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. With that being said, moving on, because I'm not even the biggest fan of him. But I feel like Kyler Murray bamboozled a lot of people into thinking that he was really good.
Legit.
People will say, well, it matters who you play with, yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to say that it matters how you play, yada, yada, yada.
But that's what Marcus Betts already told me. It matters who you play with.
And I'm going to say it matters how you play, too. You can't always put it on who you play with. We got to also hold the player accountable as well. We didn't even get to this.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Oh. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yeah, you heard it. You had to hear it. You really couldn't hear it?
No.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Edge rushers. Keep 3, cut 7. Which 3 you keeping?
Holy shit.
Yeah, right. I know. Right?
Holy shit.
No.
Still my friend. I keep it Myles Garrett. I keep it Max Crosby. And I keep in Will Anderson Jr.
Those your 3?
Yeah.
Will Anderson Jr., Max Crosby, and Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Because the only reason I did not say Trey Henderson because he get it older in the tooth. Myles Garrett just broke the sack record this year. And last time I checked, the Cleveland Browns did not have nobody else on that defensive line.
Okay, so here's my answer. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's real simple. Myles Garrett, Michael Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. Is for me, it's that easy. It's Myles Garrett, and then my division. Michael Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson.
I should have known Michael Green Bay.
Of course, you should have. I should have known that. I'm gonna pick Michael Parsons.
I should have known that.
Now, TJ Watt, very cool. Yeah, TJ Watt. I know he's digressing, and folks think he's digressing, but if this would have came out last year, I might have took TJ Watt.
What?
I might have took TJ Watt over Aiden Hutchinson. But I mean, you can't go wrong with too many of these folks, except for the racist ones. You can take the racist ones right out of here.
Yeah, that's why I did not say that.
You can take him right out of here. But Garrett, Parsons, Hutchinson is where I would have went. And then if I had to pick afterwards, then I got to go Watt, Will Anderson Jr., Max, Benito. Oh, Lord. Mercy.
What? What happened?
All right. With that being said, I'm going to get to my little man here. I will be back on probably tomorrow because it's Thursday. Last week, yeah, whatever. I don't know at this point with you. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna come off. I will see y'all next week or tomorrow for the radio show, and then we'll see y'all Monday. All right. Wow. Felt like I'm living in the twilight.